Good evening and welcome inside Carver Gym on the campus of Western Washington University. Shawn Walli alongside Ben Bagley as we get set for GNAC basketball. The Western Oregon Wolves visiting the Vikings of Western Washington.
Vikings get to come home after a couple days on the road. It'll be good to see them back on their home court. They have 3 games in 5 days, today, Saturday, and Monday. It'll be a tough stretch for them. Shawn, before this game, you got to talk to one of the most important players of the team, in my opinion, big man Dakota Ayala. Let's hear what he had to say.
Thanks a lot, Ben, here with Dakota Ayala of the Western Washington Vikings. Dakota, it's been an interesting weekend for you guys. 2 tough losses in Alaska, but you rebound well Tuesday night in Central Washington.
Yeah, we did. It was a rough trip, road trip, but it's always kind of hard to go down there in Alaska. But it was a good bounce back win back in Central. It's always fun to get a dub over our rival.
How do you stay together as a group, as a team, and what do the coaches say to get you guys playing so well Tuesday night?
Well, to be honest with you, we have to just trust each other, stay together, and just stick as a family and stay as one. And if we stay that course, we can definitely do something surprising.
What's the transition been like for you, having Concordia playing there, shut down, and now you're here at Western Washington?
It was a little bit surprising that the school shut down, but I've always wanted to come here. And the guys have always, like, the open arms. D'Angelo and Luke Lovelady took me in last year, and they were just like opening arms and just felt like family right off the bat. So I love being here. It's great to be here. What's
the favorite part of your game?
Hey, I'll tell you, I love doing baseline. I'll tell you that much. The baseline, I can shoot now, so I can really stretch the floor. But overall, I feel like I'm a menace down there in the post.
Getting down to it, the end of the season, what's the best thing that you guys can do as a squad to move forward in the GNAC?
Just finish out this last little 7-game stretch. I think we have 7 left. Finish out this 3-game home stretch at home, win those out, and then I think we have 4 on the road. Just get the split as much as we can on the road, but win the rest at home for sure.
How great is it to have fans back?
Oh, it's amazing. I love it. Everybody here at Western's amazing. Fans are great.
Dakota, best of luck tonight and all weekend as you have 3 games in 5 days here at Carver Gym.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Dakota
it.
Ayala getting set to take on the Western Oregon Wolves here on Vikings TV.
Dakota Ayala, what a fun guy. He's somebody that I've gotten to know quite well off the court. So humble, so down to earth, so much fun. I'm glad you had a chance to talk to him, Shawn. And this game tonight, it's a big one. Western comes in at 6th in the GNAC. They've had a bumpy road, losing 2 in Alaska, then winning a big one against Central. Now facing off against the last place team in the GNAC. This could be a time for this team to get some momentum going.
You know, now's the right time for it because there aren't that many games left. I believe 7 on the schedule. The final 3 home games here in the next 5 days for Western Washington as you get a look at the band and the fans coming back in. Hopefully we can get Carver Gym rocking these next 3 games.
And something to watch over these next few games is D'Angelo minutes. He's exploded over his last 4 games, averaging 26 points per game in that span, leading the game in scoring in each of the last 4 games. We'll have more numbers on him later, but if he plays well tonight and explodes offensively, Western will have a good chance to win this basketball game.
We are getting set for basketball here tonight on Vikings TV. The Western Oregon Wolves coming in at 3-15, a rough season. Western Washington Vikings 12-8, 5-5 on the conference season. We'll get you over to public address announcer Brian Young here inside Carver Gym for the national anthem and starting lineups.
Fans, welcome to tonight's contest where your Vikings will play host to the Western Oregon Wolves. Fans, tonight is Unity Night in Carver Gym, and before tonight's contest, I will be reading to you the Student-Athlete Unity Pledge. I am an NCAA student-athlete, and I pledge to be a champion of unity on my team, on my campus, and in my community. I pledge to stand against all forces of division and separation. I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration. I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination. I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness. I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity. I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding. I pledge to stand against fear and doubt. I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another. I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy. I pledge to strive for change and growth. I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them. I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all. I pledge these things because we are stronger together, united as one. Thank you. Fans, at this time, I'd like you to rise if you are able and remove your hats. It's time now to honor America as the Western Washington University Band plays our national anthem. Now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First, we'll introduce the visitors from Western Oregon. At guard, a 6'5" sophomore, number 2, Colin Wormuth. At guard, a 6'5" freshman, number 11, Keont Myers. At guard, a 6'5" freshman, number 22, Zach Moore. At forward, a 6-foot junior, number 30, Cameron Cranston. And at forward, a 6'10" junior, number 34, John Morrell Keeler. Western Oregon is coached by Brian Fisher. Coach Fisher is assisted by Michael Harmon. Viking fans, are you ready? Viking fans, we need to make one quick correction. Western Oregon's head coach recognized Wes Pfeiffer. All right, 6 man. This is your chance to show your love. Let's meet the starting lineup for your Vikings. At guard, a 6-foot junior, number 3, Daniel Hornbuckle. At guard, a 6'2" senior, number 4, R.J. Seacraft. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 5, the Rocket D'Angelo Menas. At forward, a 6'6", junior, number 22, Jalen Green. And at forward, a 6'8" senior, number 25, LL Luke Lovelady. Your Vikings, they're coached by Tony Dominguez. He is assisted by David Dunham, Bob Hofstetter, Otavio Jude, A.J. Albritton, and Garrett Thibodeau. Six man, it's game time!
A look at R.J. Seacrest. And now all 10 starters between Western Oregon and Western Washington. Shawn Walli alongside Ben Bagley as we get set for GNAC action here in Bellingham.
Vikings come into this one 12-8 overall, 5-5 in GNAC play. That's good for 6th place. Western Oregon is 3-15 overall, 2-8 in GNAC play. That puts them 10th, last place.
Vikings begin with the basketball. 2 20-minute halves in men's basketball. D'Angelo Minnis. Daniel Hornbuckle now to Lovelady, right back to Hornbuckle. Seacrest finds Jalen Green in the lane. His, I believe, pass attempt intercepted. Western Oregon, their first possession. Starting 5 for Western Oregon. Colin Warmoth, Keont Myers, Zach Moore, Cameron Cranston, and John Morrill Keeler. Shot missed, put back won't go either. Offensive rebound to the Wolves. Shot too strong by Warmoth. Back come the Vikings. 1 minute gone by. Seacrest splits the defense. Shot is short. Myers off window, hits WECU Court, no foul called. Vikings the other way. Hornbuckle finds Minnis open for 3. Ball out of bounds. It'll be Wolf basketball.
That was a good sequence by the Vikings. First, a transition defense by Jalen Green, forcing it to go the other way. And Hornbuckle did make the right read there. He drove in, had the bigger defender on him, kicked it out to Minnis, who was wide open, just missed the 3, but you can't fault the process there.
90 seconds gone by, no score yet in this one. Cranston, top of the key, his 3, the first 3 points of the game.
Keep your eye on Cameron Cranston, number 30 in black. He's 3rd in the GNAC, averaging 18.7 points per game, one of the top 3-point shooters as well.
Seacrest to Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle underneath. Lovelady looking for Green. Ball skips by, out of bounds. Western Oregon takes over.
I got so excited watching that develop. As soon as Hornbuckle got it, swung it over to Lovelady. Green did a great job sliding back door, getting open. The pass from Lovelady to Green, though, just not good. At his ankles, couldn't quite corral it. Unfortunate turnover. Got to cut down on those.
Cranston. Ooh, blocked by Jalen Green. Warmoth in the lane. Swatted down by Seacrest. The battle for the basketball. RJ has it. Seacrest finds Lovelady. Lovelady going to work in the lane off window. Somehow that rims out.
Look at the hustle by D'Angelo Minnis. He's a menace as a guard defensively.
Myers on Minnis. Fun to watch tonight. A foul called as Keont Myers hits WECU Court. D'Angelo Minnis called for the first foul of the game.
Keep your eye on Jalen Green defensively for the Vikings. He missed the 2 games in Alaska, came back in the win against Central Washington. They lost those 2 games in Alaska. This team is so much better when number 22 is on the floor, offensively and especially defensively.
Seacrest the rebound, and he's taking it right side of the lane. Bumped, no whistle, but there's Luke Lovelady to catch and flush.
An elite read there by Lovelady. Saw the errant shot from R.J. Seacrest, just went right up, grabbed it, slammed it down. That's what you love to see from any big man.
Jumper from Warmoth. That's rejected. Seacrest, can he maintain possession? He does, and a foul is called on Western Oregon. That'll be on Zach Moore.
I know the score is 3-2 in favor of the Wolves right now, but it feels pretty exciting if you're a Western fan. They're running, they're gunning, they're moving fast, they're moving the ball offensively, swinging it around. I know they only have 2 points, but they're playing pretty well.
By Western, you meant Western Washington.
It's one of those games
tonight. Yes.
Those are always the most frustrating. When you say Western, you have to clarify. But take a look at that read by Lovelady. The ball didn't hit rim at all, and he saw that right away. So he played it as if it was just coming straight off the glass. It did, and the flush ensued.
Pseudo alley-oop to Lovelady for the first bucket for the Vikings. Jalen Green wants another. Outside Hornbuckle, thought about the three instead, looking to dish to Seacrest, but they're not on the same page, and now they're talking about it.
And that is why they only have 2 points. Here, just 3.5 minutes into the game, already 3 turnovers. That's something that's kind of been their Achilles heel. They can turn these turnovers into buckets. They could have a big lead right now. Unfortunately, they haven't, and they don't.
Just 1 basket so far for Western Oregon, the same for Western Washington. Cranston, left side of the lane. Lovelady on him. Cranston, floater is good.
Got to get crafty by Cranston, shooting 45% from the floor, 41% from deep.
Seacrest to Hornbuckle. Daniel, the jumper. 5-4, Vikings down 1.
Not quite a three-pointer, so it'll count as a mid-range J for Daniel Hornbuckle.
Another long jumper. This one rattles out by Cranston. Ball out of bounds. It'll be Viking basketball. 15:41 left in the first half. Wolves 5, Vikings 4. Back after this on Vikings TV.
Hey, I'm right back on their air. Yo, they done made me.
A look at Victor E. Viking, grooving, moving, doing his thing here inside Carver Gym.
So far in this game, the Western Oregon Wolves holding a 5-4 lead. They've really got to go it on the back of Cranston. He has 4 of their 9 shots, and they look very content to let him carry the load offensively. For the Vikings right now, just 4 points, 2 of 5 shooting. We mentioned those 3 early turnovers. Lovelady has 2 points, as does Hornbuckle.
RJ Seacrest trying to split the defense. He's across half court. He's double teamed. And that pass tipped, intercepted, and Zach Moore in the lane gets the easy bucket. It's a 3-point Viking deficit.
Yeah, look at this half-court trap the Wolves are employing right now. It worked last time. Now they have into a little bit better of a ball handler in Hornbuckle, and Minutes will get some action too.
Hornbuckle to Seacrest. Seacrest guarded by Warmoth. Seacrest gets it back. Down low, Jalen Green. 7 to shoot for the Vikings. Green loses it, finds Menace. His 3, short. Rebounds to Myers. Back come the Wolves. Zach Moore, left side of the lane. Spins on Seacrest, nowhere to go.
Good post defense.
Moore outside to Cranston. Cranston trying to work on Lovelady. In the lane, that's Muriel Keeler. Can't get the shot to go. It's out of bounds. It'll be Viking basketball.
Once again, the defensive play there made by Jalen Green. He's kind of one of those guys who can play power forward, he can play shooting guard, he can play the small forward position, can really guard 1 through 5, and just got his hand on another shot, almost got that rebound. He's really the anchor defensively of this team.
Kai Johnson seeing his first action here this evening. RJ Seacrest to the bench for Western Washington. Daniel Hornbuckle, 3, off back iron. Jalen Green tips it outside. Minnis tracks it down. Right back to Green. Hornbuckle's open, wanting the basketball. Green finds him. Daniel, free throw line in the lane, outside Green. His 3, off rim, rebound to Western Oregon. Low scoring contest so far, 13:45 left, first half.
Wolves have been very creatively defensively in this game. We'll talk about it on the next possession.
Lovelady had good defense, the block on the previous shot, but now a foul called. That foul is on Luke Lovelady.
What I was saying about that Wolves defense, see the foul on Lovelady. He got a lot of ball there. And Cranston, oh, there we go. There's the foul. I wasn't sure who it was on. Cranston heads to the free throw line. But defensively, the Wolves have been playing very creatively. Right now, they're in a 2-3 zone down low. They're doubling the post quite often. We very often see with this Western offense, Lovelady in the post, Jalen Green in the post, Dakota Ayala making some moves down there. But they're playing it very tight, doubling them, trying to force other players to get open. But when they're in that 2-3 zone, they always have a player covering the blind spots of the doubling. They're playing defense very well right now.
Dakota Ayala and Lucas Holden into the game for Western Washington. Making his first appearance for the Wolves is Antonio Salinas out of Zillow, Washington.
And this half-court trap as well has been really difficult for the Vikings to break in these last couple possessions. Running almost a 1-2-1-1 where they have 2 guys standing on the half-court line, and as soon as the ball carrier crosses the line, they just swarm him and make him pick up the ball, kind of eat up his dribble. For the last 4 or 5 times down the court, Western has not broken this half-court press very well.
Jalen Green, top of the key, takes it to the right side of the lane, finds Kai Johnson, who steps on the end line. Turnover back to the Wolves, who lead by 5.
Yeah, already 5 turnovers for the Vikings just in this first half. 4 points, 5 turnovers, not the way you want to start.
Typically, you want more points than turnovers.
That is usually a recipe for success.
Myers finds Cranston. His 3 rims off, and a foul is called on Western Washington.
They're going to call that on Ayala for extending his arm. On the rebound, he extended his arm, pushed off. They're going to call it a defensive foul. So unfortunate for Ayala. I didn't see much to my naked eye, but just a little bit too aggressive on the rebound.
Salinas with it. Finds Cranston. Cranston working on Lucas Holden. Shot missed. Ayala the rebound. Daniel Hornbuckle. Minnis. Kai Johnson in the corner.
Mismatch down low on Ayala, and they found it.
Look at the spin by Johnson, and the floater is down and in.
This coaching staff has very high hopes for the player that Kai Johnson can become. So clever in the air, an acrobatic layup finisher.
Myers for 3. Awkward rotation, bouncing high off the rim. Ayala the rebounds. The Rocket, Minnis, finds Hornbuckle. Holden for 3.
Holden in the three-point quarter is almost automatic. He knocks that thing down like nobody's business. He's shooting well over 40% from 3 on the year.
It's a 5-0 Viking run. Myers in front of the Viking bench. Myers finds Moriel Keeler, his floater, gives the Wolves back the lead.
Moriel Keeler leads the Wolves, shooting 53% from the floor because it looks like that. Just getting big in the paint, finishing right at the cup.
Daniel Hornbuckle, fresh off a weekend where he got to go home to Alaska. Holden loses the basketball, turnover to Cranston and the Wolves. Ahead to Myers, his shot falls in. Now it's A 4-0 Wolf run.
Wolves jumping right back into this half-court trap.
Hornbuckle for 3.
That's one way to break the trap. Pass it to the left, pass it to the right, back to the left, one more time to the right, and have Hornbuckle knock down the 3.
Wolves looking to answer. Nice move in the lane. The Viking bench wanted to travel on Hughes. They don't get it. It's 15-12 Western Oregon. Menace in the lane. His shot swatted from behind. Muriel Keeler, the rejection. It'll be Viking basketball. 10:29 left in the first half. Wolves 15, Vikings 12. Back after this on Vikings TV.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Daniel Hornbuckle doing good things from beyond the arc. Daniel has 5 points tonight, 5 of Western Washington's 12. With 10:29 left in the first half, the Wolves have a 3-point advantage, 15-12. Shawn Walli alongside Ben Bagley as you get a look at the Viking huddle out of the timeout.
Vikings are 2 of 6 from behind the line right now. Why that's important, there are 2 games in Alaska against Fairbanks and Anchorage. They lost both those games, didn't shoot all too well from three-point land. Then in their big victory over Central, they hit 10 threes. That was the first time hitting 10 threes as a team since their loss to number 1 overall Lubbock Christian back on December 18th. If they can start shooting the ball well again, they're going to go a long ways.
Hornbuckle misses that one short. Battle for the rebound. The Wolves have it. Hughes, using his speed, bumps in to Hornbuckle, and a foul is called. That foul will be called on Daniel Hornbuckle.
Jalen Green is going to check back in the game for the Vikings. I mentioned he missed both of the Alaska games with a knee injury, and then he came back against Central, put up 21 points and 12 rebounds. He's an all-star player for this team.
Wide open 3 is short by Hughes. Holden, the rebound, and he's across half court. Finds Jalen Green. Green told me pregame his knee and leg are all right. He's back out there. Good to see. Ayala strong in the paint. Clanks off the right side of the rim. Hughes with it now. Step back 3. Off front iron, holding the rebounds. Vikings need a 3 to tie, but that won't happen with a turnover. To the rack, the right-hand layup by Hughes. 5-point lead yet again for Western Oregon. Tony Dominguez and the Vikings want to talk things over. Just a 30-second timeout. So we will stay right here. 9:32 left in half number 1. Vikings down 5.
And the reason they have this 5-point lead, the Wolves do, it's very clear on paper. They've forced 7 turnovers and only committed 1. The Wolves right now have 4 steals, 6 fast break points. Vikings just 1 steal, no fast break points. What the Wolves are doing right now, as you see on this replay, 1 is quite simply making the layups in transition. They're shooting it well in the fast break opportunities. And secondly, their defense is just forcing so many opportunities. It's starting off with this half-court trap, but it's also coming from just active hands poking the ball free and just getting after it defensively. Starting the marathon, running quite a bit. Right now they're running away with this game. Oh, it's only a 5-point lead, but they're running quite literally through this game.
Got to be pleasing to their head coach, Wes Pfeiffer, his 3rd season at the helm. It's been a rough season for Western Oregon, hopefully one they can learn from. 3-15 on the year. Dakota Ayala attacking the rack. Good defense by the Wolves. Loose ball. Jalen Green is fouled, and he will head to the free throw line. Foul on Cameron Cranston.
When the team watches this back, they're going to be very disappointed in this possession. As soon as they broke that trap, Lucas Holden was wide open in the corner. They looked the other way when Ayala, he missed it. Green got the rebound, he put it up. All resulting in 2 free throws, but Holden wide open in the corner.
Green misses the 3. The 6'8 junior out of Renton, Washington. Luke Lovelady back into the game. Dakota Ayala to the bench for Western Washington.
Jalen Green also leads these Vikings, averaging 15.6 points per game. He also is second on the team with 18 blocks.
Jalen gets the second free throw to rattle in. It's a 4-point game. Cranston with it. Finds Clay. His 3. Nearly looked like it was going to hit the rafters. D'Angelo Menace getting direction from head coach Tony Dominguez. Vikings just 13 points so far. Green hands off to Hornbuckle. His 3, good.
Wow, Cranston had his hand right in his face. Hornbuckle knocked down the contested 3. That's a big one. They need to find a way to start breaking that 2-3 zone, and 3 points are certainly a way to do that.
Myers off the screen. Outside the 3 from the big man. Off the rim, a battle for the basketball. It's out of bounds. They say last touched by Western Washington.
RJ Seacrest going to re-enter the game, and Morrill Keeler for the Wolves is going to head to the bench. It's like Holden headed to the bench for the Vikings.
.8:15 remaining in half number 1. A 1-point lead for the Wolves. They look to make it 3. They cannot. The miss by Clay. Back come the Vikings. Jalen Green is fouled. Now they're trying to say on the floor. Tony Dominguez can't believe that one. Wolves foul charge to Yosani Clay. We've got a timeout on the floor. 7:59 remaining. Western Oregon 17, Western Washington 16 as you get a look at Daniel Hornbuckle dropping the 3.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back after the timeout in Bellingham inside Carver Gym. 7:59 left, first half. Shawn Walli, Ben Bagley, the Vikings, and the Wolves.
Something to watch here. D'Angelo Menace has 0 points in this game. He's 0 of 3 from the floor.
Hornbuckle, top to Jalen Green. 3 to shoot for Western Washington. Green attacking the lane, off window. Tony Dominguez not pleased with that possession, and rightfully so.
You know, it's always tough to start a possession halfway through the shot clock as it was after the foul, but a contested Euro step as the shot clock expires is Not what Coach Dominguez was hoping for.
Myers with it for the Wolves to Cranston. Moore going baseline. Ball swatted briefly by Lovelady. Shot short. Lovelady the rebounds. D'Angelo Menace. Vikings can take the lead. In the corner. Hornbuckle didn't pull the trigger. I thought he might. Ball nearly stolen away. Good defensive effort by Western Oregon. Zach Moore diving on WECU Court.
Yeah, that was awesome. Check out this replay. Moore seeing the pass all the way, just swimming right through. He knocked it out of bounds, but you got to love the defensive effort.
Doing his best Superman impression, and there he is again, getting a hand on the ball.
Zach Moore is one of those players that you kind of hate to play against. He's all hustle. Doesn't always show up in the box score. Only averages like 2.3 points per game, but he's one of those menace kind of players defensively. Hustle player.
Daniel Hornbuckle nowhere to go. Finds Jalen Green. Green in the lane strong. Shot short. Lovelady has it.
Shot
Battle
clock.
for the basketball. Shot clock violation to the delight of Wes Pfeiffer, head coach of Western Oregon, clapping his hands.
That's back-to-back possessions for the Vikings, ending in a shot clock violation. Vikings have not scored in the last 2 minutes. Wolves have not scored in the last 3.
A low-scoring half, to say the least. But the Wolves have to be happy with it at this point.
Both defensives have played well, one just 1 point better.
Zach Moore, his rainbow finds nothing but twine. 20-16 Wolves.
Zach Moore's having a nice little stretch on defense, and they're turning it into offense.
Lovelady outside to Menace. Menace gets it back from Green. Lovelady, his pass knocked right to Menace. Menace no points yet on the night. Green, Hornbuckle open for 3, short. Seacrest tracks it down, saves it to Daniel Hornbuckle.
Keep an eye, the Wolves are doubling everything in the paint. Every time Lovelady touches the ball, he's getting swarmed.
Menace finds Lovelady, and a foul is called as Luke went up for the shot.
So much of Western's offense actually revolves around feeding the post and having the guards move off of that. But as soon as they feed it to Lovelady, he has 2 black jerseys on him almost instantly, and he can't really do anything with it. The Wolves have found a really good way to start to neutralize this offense, and the Vikings have to adapt.
Luke's 3rd point of the evening. 3-point ball game. 5:48 remaining in half number 1.
Lovelady shoots just under 60% from the free throw line. Vikings as a team shoot 72%. Luke goes 2 of 2 that time, 2-point game. Just 20-18, Shawn, here. Only about 5 minutes left in the first half. Very, very low scoring. The Vikings average 83 points a game. Cranston that time, he's now up to 9 points, and 22-18. This is bizarre.
Vikings are going to have to go on an offensive barrage in the second half if they're going to get anywhere near their average.
And look what they're doing to Lovelady in the paint. He can't do anything with it, and they keep feeding it to him. And it's not his fault he can't do anything with it. It's just the defensive strategy.
Jalen Green from the free throw line. Jumper. Rims off. 4-point lead for the Wolves. 5 minutes and counting. First half, Carver Gym, Bellingham, Washington. Jalen Green the rebound. Off the miss from Cranston. Menace still looking for his first points of the night. Finds Lovelady strong off the window.
That was well done by Menace. He got inside. He knew he'd get blocked if he went up with it, so he kept his dribble. That was the most important part. Got out a little bit. Lovelady slid in. Nice bounce pass. Layup ensued.
Moriel Keeler working on Lovelady. No foul called as he runs through Luke. Seacrest the rebounds. Ahead to Hornbuckle. Menace, baseline. To the rack. He lays it up and in.
Bit of a chaotic sequence, but good job by the Vikings to keep their level head. and Minnis went in and finished strong. Quickly now, we're tied back up at 22.
Cranston, left side of the lane. Lovelady on him. Cranston wants the foul, doesn't get it. Shot off the rim. Somehow Hughes came away with the offensive rebound. Jumper is short by Moore. But the putback good by Cranston. Wolves back in front, 3:35 left.
Yeah, Vikings can't allow that offensive rebound. It was too easy for Cranston.
RJ Seacrest in the corner for the Vikings. Outside to Hornbuckle. Lovelady not double team. Now they bring the double. Jalen Green outside. Three looks good. It is.
That's big. That's the first bucket in this game by Jalen Green. That was 4 points because he hit a free throw. He needs to get cooking.
Vikings have a 1 point lead. 3 minutes, 11 seconds remaining. Some confusion on whether it's a 30-second timeout or a full timeout. It is a full timeout, so we'll step away on Vikings TV as you take a look at Lovelady the dish to Green for 3 on Vikings TV.
We've been graced with this exceptional puzzle that is the planet.
This summer, the Kilauea volcano started erupting.
What we were interested in was expanding our knowledge of the volcano into this domain that's hard to see.
It was the closest I think I'll ever be to seeing such a raw physical process happen in front of my eyes.
This is what we do at Western. We give undergraduates these hands-on research experiences.
This trip has opened my eyes to how incredible research can be. It changed my life.
Back here in Bellingham on Vikings TV as you take a look at D'Angelo Minnis, his first bucket of the ball game for the Vikings. They have a 1 point lead over the Western Oregon Wolves, 25-24. Shawn Walli alongside Ben Bagley and our entire Vikings TV crew, and there is the Rocket and his teammates on the Viking bench.
Vikings have gone on a quick little 7-2 run. They're finally holding their first lead of the ball game at just 25-24. Hornbuckle has now hit 2 threes. He leads the Vikings with 8 points, and Cameron Cranston has 11 points for the Wolves. I was just going to say, Shawn, both offenses subpar shooting right now, both under 40%.
3:11 and counting left in half number 1. Myers finds Clay for 3. Great rotation, and the hoop agrees. Wolves back in front.
Yeah, Clay is the third best three-point shooter on this team, shooting 35%. Knocked down the open one.
Green all the way across courts. Down low they go. They find Seacrest cutting without the basketball. RJ doing good things.
What a good pass by Dakota Ayala to set it up as well. Good basketball IQ from both Ayala and Seacrest.
Myers with Minnis on him. Finds Warmoth. Clay gets it. His fadeaway jumper is good. 5 straight points from Yosani Clay.
And here these offenses go. They're starting to pick it up. Here's some points finally at the end of the first half.
Minnis outside. Green was open for 3. Instead, one dribble. Jumper short. Fouled is RJ Seacrest. A late whistle. Obvious foul, we all thought.
That was pure grit from RJ Seacrest. He went up, got the tough offensive rebound, and then went up again, and Morrill Keeler almost laid him out. Check out the strength to go up and get that board. And Morrill Keeler just smacked him.
No idea why that whistle was so late, but they got it nonetheless.
That was also the 6th team foul for the Wolves. The next one will put the Vikings in the bonus.
Seacrest free throw is good. We are tied yet again. 2 minutes left in half number 1 in Bellingham. Myers between the leg dribble. Top of the key. Down low to Morrill Keeler. Working on Ayala. Good D by Ayala, shot missed. Rebound and put back by Hughes. 2-point lead one more time for the Wolves.
That's now a couple of buckets down the stretch the Wolves have got off of offensive rebounds. Vikings are one of the best rebounding teams in the conference. Got to do a little bit better.
Seacrest almost tripped up, finds Ayala. He gets it back for three. Big man can hit him, but his percentage probably not the best.
I'll counter that. He's shooting 36% from deep. 0 for 1 in this game, but 36% on the season.
Another bucket by Yosani Clay. He's heating up.
Yeah, Clay now with 7 points. He's his last 3 shots. Up to a 4-point lead now for the Wolves. 2 possessions.
Vikings down 4. Jalen Green in the lane, gets it off window, a 2-point ball game.
The bank is open on a Thursday. Jalen Green knocks it down.
Wolves happy to use clock, looking to go to the locker room with the lead. Clay finds Myers. Hughes with it now, using majority of the clock. 4 to shoot for Western Oregon. In the corner, 3 not even close. Shot clock violation is called. 8.7 left for Western Washington. They can tie it or take the lead heading into halftime. As you get a look at Wes Pfeiffer, head coach of Western Oregon, in his 3rd season.
There's a little bit of confusion on the court because as that shot clock violation went off, the PA announcer announced, and now it's time for halftime. Everybody's saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. There's still 8.7 left on the clock. And everybody's kind of regrouping. We still do have just under 9 seconds left to play. And there's the update. It was a shot clock violation. Western will have a chance to tie or take the lead going into the half. We've got to play it quickly.
Vikings need a 2-pointer to tie, a 3 to take the lead. Holden to Green. 5 seconds. Jalen Green. Alley-oop to Ayala. And he cannot handle it. And we have traveling called as Western Oregon had the basketball. Yosani Clay with the travel. Wonder if they're going to put any time back on the clock. Nobody talking about that yet. Just 0.7. Enough time to catch and shoot.
Who's it going to be? Hornbuckle, Holden, or Minnis? Jalen Green's inbounding.
Hornbuckle in the corner, looks good, and it's just short. That will end the first 20 minutes of play. Western Oregon showing up tonight in Bellingham. They lead 33-31 over Western Washington. Back after halftime on Vikings TV.
Turn up. Let's go.
Back here in Bellingham, a look at the numbers from the first half. Very tight-knit, at least on the scoreboard.
Yeah, you look at those shooting numbers, almost identical. You see that field goal percentage separated by just 1/10 of a percentage point. 3-point percentage, identical. Here's the real story, though. Look at the rebounds and the turnovers column. Western Washington, I got to clarify, the Vikings are +7 on the boards, but the Wolves are +7 in the turnover battle. No matter how good Western Washington is at rebounding, if they can't control the ball and give it away, those are possessions just going back and forth. So right now the Vikings getting extra possessions on the glass, the Wolves getting extra possessions by really tight defense. See those shooting numbers exactly the same, so different ways to get to almost the same scoring output.
Was able to have a quick chat with Western Oregon head coach Wes Pfeiffer coming out of halftime and asked him what his message was to his club, and he said, stay the course. He said, this Viking team is really good, and we're battling them well. And he said, really, they look at the game as 4-minute wars. Win each war.
So far, I guess if you consider each of those winning the battles, they're winning the war as a whole, if you will.
Go.
And something interesting is that the Wolves right now have 37 shots. They've taken 37 shots. The Vikings have only taken 29. So the Wolves have taken 8 extra shots, but only made 3 more baskets. So much more volume, but they're only making the same amount. So since they're taking so many more shots, all they got to do is start hitting them, and this lead can grow and grow. For the Vikings in the second half, they got to take care of the basketball, keep moving the ball around, try and break that 2-3 zone, and see if they can come out with a different look. 31 points in the first half. They average 83 on the season. I bet we're going to see some fireworks here in the second half. I bet both heated up during halftime.
Both teams would love to have an offensive outpouring here in the final 20 minutes of this GNAC battle. Great Northwest Athletic Conference. Here we go. Western Oregon, a 2-point lead in the basketball. Looking to add 2 at a 3. That's short, but the tap-in is good by Keont Myers.
Really good offensive rebound by Myers. Both teams now with 7 offensive boards.
Jalen Green looking for Lovelady. Tipped. Seacrest somehow sees it. Tracks it down. 8 to shoot. Seacrest left-hand dribble in the lane. Goes up strong. He is fouled and will head to the line.
Seacrest with a pretty unique line right now. He has 4 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and an assist. One of those guys that can really do everything. Need him to get a bucket? Boom, put him in the mid-range. Need him to get a rebound? He's strong enough to do so. Need him to lock somebody up on defense? He has those skills. Really an all-around player. Seacrest knocked down the first free throw. He's 3 of 3 from the free throw line in this game. Vikings are 6 of 7.
You saying that RJ is an all-around player, that's basically what he told me when I interviewed him a couple games ago prior to one of the basketball games. And he flat out said, I'll do whatever it takes.
RJ is the only player that has also started all 20 games for these Vikings, so Mr. Consistency.
D'Angelo Menace hoping to get in on the scoring. In the second half, he cannot. Vikings down 2. Wolves the basketball. Keont Myers. Off the screen, left-hand dribble in the lane. Vikings want to travel, they don't get it. Warmoth spinning on Menace. Shot short. RJ Seacrest wraps up the basketball. Jump ball called. Possession arrow to the Vikings.
RJ Seacrest had a good nose for the ball on that defensive possession. Ended up forcing the jump ball. He's one of those players, we say it over and over again. He's really good on defense. He's just so strong, he can almost body up with anybody.
Menace trapped. Finds Seacrest, the touch pass to Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle, right side of the lane. Outside, Menace. Finds Jalen Green for 3.
That's a big one by Jalen Green. His second 3 now of the game. He's up to 9 points. This is going to be the story of the second half. It's going to be how well the Vikings can break that half-court trap. They did that time by the tune of 3 points.
Vikings back in front. Morrill Keeler, his shot short. Green the rebound. Here's where the Vikings could use more than a 1-point lead and start to heat up. Jalen Green hit the last bucket. Luke Lovelady now in the lane. The little baby hook off glass.
That's a big one by Lovelady. Over his last 5 games, he's very quietly averaging 14 points and 7 boards. Now up to 8 points and 3 rebounds in this one.
.15 to shoot for the Wolves. Myers in the corner. The 3 too strong by Moore. Rebound to the Vikings. R.J. Seacrest across half court. Jalen Green. D'Angelo Menace using his speed. Seacrest thought about the 3. The bounce pass to Luke in the lane. Layup is good. Vikings quietly and quickly up 5.
Luke Lovelady, speaking about quietly, he's now the leading scorer for the Vikings with 10 points. 4 rebounds and assists and a block for him as well. Vikings on a 9-0 run in the last 3 minutes and an 11-2 run to open up the second half.
Cranston, the left-hander, drops the 3.
That is a nice bucket by Cranston. Took the high screen, sidestep to his left, no hesitation pulling up. He now has 14 points with a big triple.
2-point lead for the Vikings. Seacrest wants to make it 4. He cannot. Short off the front rim. Myers the rebound. Quickly the other way. Nice layup by Colin Warmoth. We're tied at 40.
Wolves coming right back. That's the 5th tie of this basketball game.
Jalen Green, the swing to Lovelady. The spin. Window? No. Ball loose. No foul called. Vikings get it back. D'Angelo Menace using his speed in the lane, hands off to Lovelady. The reverse is good. Lovelady has 12 tonight.
Lovelady is scoring in bunches right now. 6 points in just the last couple of minutes with a very, very soft touch on that last bucket.
Morrill Keeler cannot handle the pass. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Viking basketball after this timeout. To get a look at Menace to Lovelady. Off window and in. 42-40, Vikings by 2. Back after this on Vikings TV.
The Teaching and Learning Academy is an organization that's housed in the library, and it's where people come to have conversations.
They deal with serious issues that have emotional impact in ways that are typically not found in a class.
We've talked about diversity and inclusivity on our campus and in our community.
It not only enriches my education, but also impacts the ways that I can continue my leadership roles.
Luke Lovelady doing great things for Western Washington, and it's a good thing he is because his parents made the trip up from the Valley of the Sun.
And you know, his dad is the coach, Mark Lovelady. As you can see them sitting right there behind us in that green, is that a cardigan? We'll call it a cardigan and a green hoodie. Those are his parents right there. And his mom came up before and just said, hey, on the broadcast, you guys keep giving credit to his dad for getting all his basketball skills. She said, those came from me. And she let us know that Luke is still chasing his mom's career high score. She one time dropped 40 points in high school. So until Luke does that, mom still has bragging rights in the family.
I smoothed it over by saying the basketball brain came from Dad Mark, but the athletic skills from Mom Jen.
Oh yeah, everything comes from Mom.
Vikings down low from point blank, cannot connect. Back the other way on the run, tying the ball game is Hughes. It's 42-all.
And what a pass to set that up just over Daniel Hornbuckle. That was like a quarterback torching the cornerback for a deep touchdown.
Daniel Hornbuckle drops the 3, shaking his head as he backpedals the other way.
That's now 3 3-pointers for Hornbuckle. And how about that? After getting burned defensively, he's the first one down the court to knock down the triple. Quick bucket there by the Wolves. Back to a 1-point game.
Becoming a track meet, back and forth. Back and forth. Jalen Green in the lane is fouled by Keont Myers. Green will head to the free throw line.
Jalen Green headed to the free throw line. He has 9 points in this game. See the nice pass by Minnis. Put Jalen Green in an open area. And that was Myers getting him across the arms for the foul. Green is 3 for 8 shooting in this game. And now is 2 of 3 from the free throw line. He also has 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. Jalen Green, actually the leading rebounder on this team, 6.8 per game. He had 12 in the last one against Central.
Free throws always important, but seem extra important in a close ball game.
And you talk about close ball games, the last 3 home games for the Vikings have been all victories, but just by a combined 6 points. It was a 2-point victory every single time. And this one looks to be following the same script.
Cranston attacking the left side of the lane, and his layup off glass gives the Wolves a 1-point deficit. Vikings by 1. 6 minutes gone by in half number 2. Jalen Green, the jumper from the right elbow, bounces high and falls through the net. Three-point lead for Western Washington. Hughes loses the ball. It's poked away. He gets it back in the corner and then dribbles it out of bounds.
D'Angelo Minnis got his hand in there to poke that one away. Not sure they're going to credit him for a steal, but the Vikings get the ball back. And as this game comes down the line, I really hope we start seeing a battle between Cranston and Jalen Green. 2 very similar players. They're guarding each other defensively. The leading scorers on both of these teams, I think it could be a slugfest in the last 13 and a half. There they are guarding each other right now.
RJ Seacrest with the jumper from the baseline, rims in. The shooter's touch.
DeMar DeSeacrest? DeMar DeRozan, one of the greatest mid-range shooters in the NBA. I know RJ Seacrest models after his game after DeMar DeRozan quite a bit.
How about the defense there by Seacrest? Vikings the other way. Minnis almost loses the ball, finds Jalen Green. Steps on the end line. That'll be Wolf basketball. 5-point lead for the Vikings.
Vikings have twice as many turnovers as the Wolves do. They have 10, Wolves just 5. John Morrill Keeler re-entering the game for the Wolves. He just has 2 points in this game, 1 of 7 shooting. He's their second leading scorer on the season.
Clay, the step back 3. Jalen Green with the hand in the face. Green getting out for the pass. He is fouled. Jalen will head to the line. Foul on Yosani Clay.
Nothing else Clay could have done there. It's either let Green score the easy bucket or foul him and make him shoot 2 at the line. You can see that right arm of Clay just mugging Jalen Green all the way. And that was intentional. Not going to be called an intentional foul, but that was certainly, he fouled him intentionally. Green back to the free throw line. He has 13 points in this game. Leads the Vikings. .14 now for Jalen. Vikings shooting very well at the free throw line, 10 of 11. The Wolves are just 2 of 2 from the line.
Tyreek Price in the game for Western Oregon. Green, second free throw, rattles home. 7-point lead for Western Washington. I think I'm safe to say their largest of the night.
It is their largest of the night. Western Oregon held a 5-point lead at one point.
Clay having trouble handling the basketball. Hands off to Price. Hughes guarded closely by Seacrest and Menace. Jalen Green intercepts the pass.
They have numbers.
Green in the lane to the rack. Bucket good, but an offensive foul is called, so that will take away the basket.
Be curious to see what this looks like on a replay. Jalen Green getting hit with the charge. He was trying to Euro step around the defender. Check it out here. Did the defender set his feet? Ooh, mighty close. That was Price. And he was the one who drew the charge. Jalen Green now, though, locking in defensively with a big smile on his face. He looks like he wants that one back in a good way.
Clay being guarded by a number of Vikings. A three out of the corner is good by who else? Cameron Cranston.
Cranston's up to 19 now, and he can burn you if you let him get hot. Here come the Wolves. They have numbers the other way.
Holden loses the basketball. Wolves, as you said, the other way. Cranston wide open, drops another three, and it's a 1-point ball game.
Cranston's up to 22 points. He's 4 of 6 from behind the arc. And they were just down 7. How about an 8-0 run to take the lead by 1?
Holden to answer, and he cannot. Short. Seacrest tip in is short as well. Back comes Cranston.
Wide open.
Wide open, as you said. The three is good. And I believe it is safe to say Tyreek Price and the Wolves are winning this 4-minute war.
Wow. Big time out there taken. And good timing as well. The Wolves hitting 3 threes in a row. 9-0 run in the last minute and a half. And they have a 2-point lead.
Take a look at the Wolves heating up from beyond the arc. Tyreek Price can't leave a good shooter alone.
And that's tough for Price. That was his first shot attempt of the game, and it was a wide open three to take the lead. Now, I know that seems like exactly the kind of shot you want, but when you haven't shot the ball all game, and all of a sudden you're standing there, nobody around you, that bucket actually looks small because you're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't miss this. But luckily he didn't. Knocked it down straight and true.
Back and forth seesaw battle we go. What else would you expect?
That's what we've seen in the last 3 games. The last 3 home games, I should say. It's been a 2-point victory for the Vikings in each of those games. The Wolves are losers of 9 straight, but you got to love out here late in the season. They're just 3-15, but this is not a team that has given up at all. They're out here on the road, taking it to a team who's good at home in the Vikings. This has been a fun game to watch if you're a Wolves fan.
You know, we've looked at and talked about previously, you know, like the Alaska teams had players from all over the country, even the world in some cases. Same can be said, some of these guys, not just local Oregon products. They've got Clay is from Texas, Price from Ohio, Inglewood, California is Hughes, Fresno, California, Myers. So Western Oregon looking all over the map for their players as well.
Yeah, and such a stark difference from Western teams of multiple sports, be it volleyball, softball. They so often recruit from inside of Washington State. It's kind of cool for the roster makeup.
Jalen Green driving, his shot blocked by Cranston. Ball out of bounds. Western Oregon ball, and they have a 2-point lead.
We are going to head to a quick media timeout here from WECU Court. Wolves with a 55-53 lead, 10:35 to play in the second. We'll be back here after this.
My name is Morgan Paris-Lanza. I'm the executive director and one of the founding organizers of Bellingham Girls Rock Camp. Not only is it an opportunity for kids to learn music, write a song, express themselves, but they also gain these leadership skills that they might not get in other places. It's a program, it's a culture as well as an entire movement, and we really want everybody to feel like they're a part of it, because they are. We all rock.
A look at the Western Washington cheer squad, cheer staff, cheer team. Which word? All the above?
Cheerleaders, maybe?
That's very safe.
That would work.
Very safe.
How about the battle of the stars right now in this game? The leading scorers for both teams are Cranston and Green, who are the leading scorers for these squads on the season as well. And right now, it's Cranston winning the battle over Green. He knocked down his last 2 triples. On that last Western possession, he actually blocked Jalen Green's shot attempt. Wolves with a 2-point lead, 55-53. It's Cranston to inbound.
.30 remaining. Hughes with it for the Wolves. To Cranston. Gives it right back to Hughes. Price hit the 3 earlier. Cranston in the lane. Left-hand dribble, back and down on Hornbuckle. Splits the defender, somehow gets the layup to go.
Wow, way to keep his pivot foot down as he tried to split through those 2 defenders and then getting up and over Luke Lovelady. Cranston has 24 points, and he's cooking right now.
4-point lead for the Wolves. Menace looks to answer. Ball poked away by Western Oregon. Clay got a hand on that one.
That was not a turnover for the Vikings, but a look at that turnover battle. They still have twice as many as the Wolves, 12-6.
Hornbuckle finds Luke Lovelady. Hands off to Seacrest. Seacrest thought about the step back. Instead, finds Luke on the block. Seacrest, jumper, pretty as it gets.
RJ Seacrest loves the midi, that mid-range shot. He knocked it down. He's money from there. Money from the midi. How about that?
Good defense by Menace. Swarming Hughes. Hughes gets a step on him. Finds Cranston. Cranston fires the 3.
Cameron Cranston is on fire right now. It's his 9th game of the season with 20 or more points. He has 27.
Hornbuckle answers.
How about Hornbuckle trading 3s? Hornbuckle now with 14 points, 4 threes.
Hughes attacks the lane, rattles it home. It's a 4-point lead for the Wolves. And a foul called in backcourt on Hughes.
How about these offenses stepping it up in the second half? At halftime, it was 33-31. And already here in the second half, Western Oregon has scored 27, Western Oregon 29, Vikings 27. So already almost outscored the first half. We're just over halfway through the second half.
Hornbuckle to Lovelady. Lovelady's been quiet in the second half. Menace, step back 3. RJ Seacrest. But Menace is down and hurt.
Menace looks to be holding his right ankle. He went down late after shooting that 3. I thought initially it was just to try and draw a foul, but holding that right ankle gingerly. Limping off court, but under his own power. Kai Johnson's going to replace him.
You know you're hurt when you sit in coach's chair.
Oh, yeah. The first chair available.
Even the trainer's like, come on. Come with me. Come down here. Kai Johnson in the ball game for Menace. Johnson to Seacrest. 5 to shoot. Jalen Green attacking the lane. He is fouled. On the floor, no shot. That foul will be assessed to Hughes.
How about this team foul count in the second half? The Wolves with 5 team fouls, Vikings with just 1. So Vikings just 2 fouls away from entering the bonus, and they have 5 fouls to give with 8 minutes left. That's incredible. You don't see that very often.
In nearly 12 minutes of action.
The Vikings have only committed 5 fouls in the entire game.
Daniel Hornbuckle, 7 to shoot for the Vikings. Off the screen from Ayala. Gives it to Ayala. The big man outside. They find Green. 1 dribble. The 3 to beat the buzzer. Cannot. Back come the Wolves. 4-point lead and the ball. Cranston has 27 tonight. Hughes resets the offense for Western Oregon. Hughes off the screen. Jumper, long two, short. Offensive rebound to Moriel Keeler. Layup with the left hand. 6-point lead for Western Oregon.
Oh, that's big man basketball. Keeler went up and got that rebound, fought through two defenders. A nice drop step under the basket, put it up and in. You love to see that if you like big man basketball.
Daniel Hornbuckle finds Dakota Ayala, fires a three. Great rotation, and he drops the triple.
Love to see that from Ayala, knocking down his first bucket of the game. It's a three, and the Vikings trail by 3. 7:05 remaining in the game. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back after this on Vikings TV.
Back here in Bellingham, Washington, Shawn Walli alongside Ben Bagley, our entire Vikings TV crew. Thank you for taking the time to tune in to Western Oregon and Western Washington. So far, so good for the Wolves. 64-61, they lead by 3.
Right now, the Wolves are on an 18-8 run over the last 5 minutes of action. In that time, they're 7 of 8 from the floor, 5 of 6 from 3. They are shooting the lights out right now, and they've shot their way back into the lead. So they're checking on this last bucket by Cranston, if that's a 2 or a 3. And what do you think, Shawn? Is that toe touching the line?
Goodness. It's awfully close.
Take a look at it here. This could go a long ways in what's right now a 3-point ball game. The call on the floor was a 3-pointer.
See, there he's on the line. Does the foot slide backwards? Great job by Ron Warner upstairs in broadcast control. Looks like
I would
a
say
3
it
to me.
did. That is about as close as it comes. But I believe the referees are going to stick with the call. It'll stay as a 3-pointer. Well, hold on, now they're re-deliberating. Maybe I got ahead of myself. Call will stand on the floor.
Great explanation right in front of us, to us, by the official, that yes, what we saw was what they saw as well. The foot was on the line, but he did step back just far enough. Not enough evidence to overturn it. The CSI crew looked it all over.
You know, one of my favorite things that the NBA has added is the referee, after a foul call, he'll go to a monitor and tell everybody this is exactly what the call was. I always like when the referees are able to clearly tell us what they were reviewing, what they found, and why.
Definitely appreciate when they include us, since we need to relay the information to our very important viewers, not only of Viking fanfare, but Wolves fans as well.
We're all inclusive here on Vikings TV. Whoever you're rooting for, you can come watch.
6:35 left in this one. 3-point lead for the Wolves. They're looking to add to it. That's a mismatch down low. Morrill Keeler on Green. Green a partial rejection, but a foul called on Jalen.
As we mentioned, that's just the second team foul of the second half for the Vikings. They still have 5 more they can commit before the Wolves enter the bonus. And the free throw count in this game has been drastically different. The Vikings are 11 of 12, and that's just the 3rd attempt for the Wolves, but they are 3 of 3. That was Morrill Keeler taking the free throw and making it. He's now up to 5 points. He is their 2nd leading scorer on the season, just 2 of 8 shooting in this game. And interesting, you can see how offenses are different. Western Oregon, 1 player has 27 points, and that's kind of the most of their scoring. For the Vikings, 5 players have between 10 and 15 points. So it's a team effort versus a solo effort right now.
The Vikings are going to need either a single person or the entire team to come through in the final 6-11 as the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Western Oregon.
Cranston made a really nice save there, diving out of bounds and passing it back in, but it was Clay, just couldn't handle it, letting it roll out of bounds.
Jalen Green attacking the lane, going strong with the left, it won't go. Dakota Ayala the putback, no. Ball being volleyed around, still loose. Who's going to get it? Nobody, and a foul is called. Who's it on? The reaction, I believe it'll be on Dakota Ayala of Western Washington.
I'm honestly not a huge fan of that call. This was just a chaotic sequence. You know, there were a couple misses, battle for the ball. You saw Seacrest get in there, Cranston gets in there. The ball's thrown back in, and Ayala's just diving for the ball. I'm not so sure that's a foul, just a chaotic sequence. I feel for Ayala there, picking up one in a tough way.
Hughes with it for the Wolves to Cranston, poked away by Seacrest. Cranston tied up with RJ. And jump ball is called. Possession arrow to the Wolves, so that'll switch to Western Washington should a jump ball happen after this.
That'll be an interesting matchup to watch as we come down the stretch. Seacrest defending Cranston. Cranston has the height advantage, but Seacrest has the strength advantage. He's a really tight defender, but Cranston has been lighting it up.
Wide open for 3. He hit him earlier, but Clay cannot connect. Daniel Hornbuckle the rebounds. 5-point lead for Western Oregon. They only have 3 wins on the season. Seacrest, nowhere to go. Goes with the fadeaway. Good rotation, but it's off iron. Right to John Morrill Keeler.
Vikings are just 1 of their last 8 shots from the floor, scoreless in the last 2 minutes.
Clay in the lane, outside to Cranston. Thought about the 3. Finds Clay. Inside, 5 minutes to play in Bellingham, and a foul is called. That'll be on Luke Lovelady, and he is talking to the official.
I'm pretty surprised about that call as well. I was watching that battle down low, and Morrill Keeler looked like he kind of put a shoulder, put an elbow into Lovelady's chest or neck area, and Lovelady reacted off of that. And the official called the foul on Luke. I think they might have got that one mixed up. Looked like an offensive foul to me.
Clay into the lane. Jalen Green on him. Outside. Hughes has it. Long jumper is good. Hughes now has 14 on the evening, a 7-point Wolf lead.
This is the Wolves' largest lead of the game with 4:30 remaining. They've gone on a run at exactly the right time. Western has not scored in the last 2.5 minutes.
Hornbuckle, no rotation, a knuckleball. Off iron, out of bounds to Western Oregon. They're up 7, sitting pretty with 4:15 left.
I believe they just overturned the call. It'll be Viking basketball. Luke Lovelady charged in and said, whoa, 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 no, no, no. And the referee said, you're right, Western ball.
Jalen Green to RJ Seacrest. Right back to Green. Backing down on Cranston. Cross court, Minnis finds Hornbuckle in the corner. Hornbuckle, 2 dribbles, the jumper rattles home.
When he was in the corner, he had Morrill Keeler closing really fast. Was a much taller player. Hornbuckle did a nice job. The simple pump fake, 1 dribble, pull up, good mid-range bucket.
We've got a timeout on the floor. 3:55 remaining in Bellingham. 5-point lead for the Wolves. Come on back for the Battle of the Westerns after this on Vikings TV.
Campus to Campus is a beautiful reciprocal relationship that's really centered on how to support young students to see themselves in a different kind of way and see the possibilities for their future.
Allie was one of our first mentors. A lot of people have believed in me along the way, Allie being one of them. She's always inspired me. Now I'm at Western, actually going to college.
It's changing lives for the young students that we work with, and it's changing lives for the mentors who work with them.
It's important that what I do as a job is something that I find meaningful. I ended up applying to the cybersecurity program at Western. The aspects of the program that really stand out to me is the hands-on experience.
Being able to work interdisciplinary and bring cybersecurity to marine science, bring it to communications, bring it to everything, is what really makes it interesting.
Back here in Bellingham, Washington, the Western Washington Vikings have some work to do. Victory Viking trying to help with his moves. On the court, the Vikings trail by 5.
I believe that was Carly Zaragoza of the women's basketball team. She doesn't have a mask on, so I might have mixed her up with somebody else, but I saw some volleyball players there as well. Good to see some other Vikings coming out to support the men tonight. Right now they trail by 5.
.350 and counting. The 3-win Western Oregon Wolves have the basketball and a 5-point lead. Cranston, baseline, RJ Seacrest on him, strips the ball, Jalen Green comes away with it. Vikings need a bucket. Green across court to Minnis. Minnis around a screen, finds Hornbuckle, the fake, dribble, shot, bucket.
Big bucket there by Hornbuckle. And I got to mention really quick, Shawn, the women right now are playing at Northwest Nazarene, so that was just a Carly Zaragoza doppelganger. We'll have a score update from Nampa soon.
I had to play it in my head. I'm like, it is Thursday, right? Because Thursdays and Saturdays are typical game days. I know with COVID we play whatever day we can, it seems like.
Hey, maybe she had a twin sister. That looked just like her to me.
Wolves looking to answer with a 3-point lead. They go down low to Morrill Keeler. Lovelady on him. The nice pass in the lane. Bucket good. Clay with the layup. A 5-point lead yet again.
That was perfect for the Wolves. They used literally the entire shot clock and got a bucket. 5-point game, under 3 to play.
Lovelady backing down on Morrill Keeler. Hands off. That's Jalen Green on the block. Green, double teamed outside. Seacrest for 3. To the delight of the crowd here inside Carver Gym.
Big old bucket by RJ Seacrest. Just his 6th made 3-pointer on the year. But wow, coming in a clutch time, making this a 2-point game. Take a look at it here. Jalen Green drew the double. Seacrest rising up. That is a clutch shot. And while we have a moment here, we do have an update from Nampa, Idaho, where the Vikings are taking on the Nighthawks. The women's side, the Vikings currently winning 61-56 with 3 minutes remaining in the 4th. Remember, those Vikings are 14-1, top 10 in the country. And they'll finish out their season here at WECU Court later on this month.
Both these basketball teams have a lot of games down the stretch thanks to games being postponed earlier in the season.
And I can confirm Carly Zaragoza has played 6 minutes in that game, so she is not here in the stands. Let's take a look at some quick stats here with 2:19 left on the clock. Leading the way for the Vikings scoring is Daniel Hornbuckle with 18. Jalen Green has 15, Seacrest with 13, Lovelady with 12. And for the Wolves, Cameron Cranston, what a night, 27 points. His career or season high is 35, and he's getting close to that here. Hughes has 16 points. Clay has 9.
After the timeout, Wolf basketball with a 2-point lead. Seacrest almost got his hand on that. Cranston gets it back. Hughes guarded by Minnis. Hughes, floater, off back iron, gets his own rebound, put back too strong. Who's going to come up with it? Hughes again. Ball out of bounds, last touched by Western Oregon. Now they overturn their call and say Viking basketball.
Didn't end up in a bucket, but how about back-to-back offensive rebounds by Hughes? And the referees will go to the monitor to review who that one was off. Now, all these calls here down the stretch can drastically impact this game. 70-68 right now. It's one possession. If the Wolves retain it, they can make it a 2-possession game. Obviously, if the Vikings get it back, they could potentially take the lead. And hey, after these offenses started off slow in the first half, they've certainly come alive here in the second. On the game, the Wolves shooting 45% from the floor. Vikings shooting 42%. How about each team shooting 40% from 3 as well? And we've only seen one missed free throw. These teams are a combined 15 of 16. And here's what the referees are currently looking at. Who did it go off of last? Right now, it looks like Hughes. That looked like it was off Hughes all the way to me. Should be Viking basketball.
I didn't see any question in that. Of course, that was in a slowed down replay, courtesy of Ron Warner and our Vikings TV crew. And it is Viking basketball inside of 2 minutes. A barn burner here inside Carver Gym.
Minnis with the ball. He has just 2 points, 1 of 7 shooting. Remember, he's averaging 26 points per game over his last 4.
Hornbuckle cannot hit, but Jalen Green saves the day with the rebound. Vikings looking to tie it or take the lead. Minnis streaks into the lane, hands off to Green. 8 to shoot. Green to Hornbuckle for the lead. Bingo.
Ice in his veins. Daniel Hornbuckle had a defender right on him, closing fast. But man, what does he do? He hits threes.
I can hear the cheers and the screams coming from Alaska.
Mama Hornbuckle always watching. He's now 5 of 12 from beyond the arc.
Vikings by 1. Jalen Green the rejection. Hughes stays with it. 6 to shoot. We are under a minute left. Muriel Keeler down low. The rejection by who else? LL gets it done to the delight of his parents.
Big play by Lovelady. Now the Vikings with the chance to really wind this shot clock down. A 3-pointer makes it a 2-possession game.
Minnis using his speed. Finds Lovelady, who was the hero on the defensive end. And he looks to be the hero on the offensive end, but the shot won't go. The good news for the Vikings, he got fouled. He will head to the line for 2.
And how about this for the Vikings? After they were down 68-61, they've since gone on a 10-2 run in the last 4 minutes to come all the way back and take this lead. Now, it's just a 1-point lead. These 2 free throws are huge. Lovelady is 2 of 2 from the free throw line. This is his first miss. Vikings now 11 of 13 from the line on the game. That's 85%.
Is it wrong of me? I want to say no pressure. Mom and Dad are watching. I mean, they always watch on Vikings TV, but they're here in the building.
Here watching.
It's a little bit different.
Missing them both there. Big opportunity now for the Wolves.
Wow. Always comes down to it. Seems like full timeout. 30 seconds left. We'll take one final break. Come on back for the frantic, furious finish here in Bellingham after this on Vikings TV.
Welcome to Fowler, Indiana. one of the windiest places in America, and home to 3 BP wind farms. In the off chance the wind ever stops blowing here, the lights can keep on shining thanks to our natural gas, a smart partner to renewable energy that's always ready when needed. Or not. At BP, we see possibilities everywhere to help the world keep advancing.
A good look at WECU Court here inside Carver Gym. Shawn, Walli, Ben Bagley, our entire Vikings TV crew. So it all comes down to this. 30 seconds left. Western Washington up by 1 point over Western Oregon.
Worth noting here, there's a 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 26 on the shot, just about 31 on the game clock. So barring an offensive rebound, right now the Vikings numerically in line for the final possession.
Cranston with it. He's the hot hand tonight for Western Oregon. He has 27, and they're double teaming him. Open for 3, and it is down and in. Tyreek Price has been money in the second half.
Man, what a big shot. And there's a bit of a stoppage on the floor. Points have not yet gone on the scoreboard, but the head referee says, nope, that is a good 3. Referees, though, headed to the replay monitor. Not quite sure what they are reviewing. Currently 73-71 Wolves. Now, the triple is not in question. They may be looking at how much time should be remaining on the clock. Also worth noting, the Vikings just used their final timeout. The Wolves have one more. One foul committed by the Wolves would put the Vikings in the 1-and-1 bonus. So 20 seconds left. It's likely going to come down to the last shot. Coach Dominguez drawing up a play for his starting 5 right now. Remember, 2 home games ago, Central Washington was here, and Jalen Green hit a game winner. However, that game was tied. It wasn't a game winner with the pressure of trailing. So here's what the referees are looking at. I believe it's a game clock issue. Feet were behind the line. You get a couple of angles here, and you can see he was 3, 4, 5 inches behind that 3-point line, so that's certainly not in question. There's 20.0 on the shot clock, or on the game clock, and the referees just signaled made free throw, or made 3-pointer. So, not quite sure what they're looking at, but here come the final 20 seconds.
Nobody dancing more and better than Victory Viking in this gym. 20 seconds left. Vikings now down 2. They had a 1-point lead, but Tyreek Price put an end to that for the Wolves. Vikings looking for the tie or the lead. 8 seconds left. Green loses the basketball, and the air has been sucked out of Carver Gym.
What an unfortunate sequence of events for the Vikings. Hornbuckle looked like he had a 3. Oh, and excuse me, there was a foul on the floor committed by the Vikings. Yeah, so it is Wolves basketball right now. Jalen Green committed that turnover. Faked a 3, tried to drive. Vikings need a steal, or they have a foul to give. So that foul will not send the Wolves to the free throw line. That is now 6 team fouls on the Vikings. So the next one here will send them to the free throw line. So on this possession, Vikings either need a steal or the Wolves will be shooting 1-on-1 free throws.
Coach is telling Jalen Green to not defend the inbound. And a foul on Price. And now Price will head to the free throw line.
And remember, these are just going to be 1-and-1 free throws. So if he misses the first one, the Vikings can get the rebound. They also have 0 timeouts. So if he misses, as soon as a Viking touches that ball, it's live. They have 3.9 seconds to make a full court shot. He did miss.
Shot is missed. Jalen Green with a chance. 2 seconds left for the win. It is off the right side of the iron. And the Western Oregon Wolves have a long trip back home. Well, they don't go home. They probably go to Central Washington next, I would assume. But all smiles tonight for Western Oregon. They come away with the mild upset tonight, 73-71 over Western Washington.
Yeah, the 10th place Western Oregon Wolves improved to 4-15 on the year, 3-8 in GNAC play. The 6th place Vikings fall to 5-6 in GNAC play, 12-9 overall. Now, the air may have been sucked out of Carver Gym, but credit to the Wolves for an absolutely spectacular game, especially from Cameron Cranston. 27 points, 5 of 8 from the three-point line. And how about that clutch 3 at the end by Price, putting the Wolves up for good.
Vikings back at it Saturday. So they've got to rest up, get right tomorrow, come back at it Saturday evening.
Yeah, game on Saturday evening against St. Martin's, who is second in the GNAC. And then on Monday, Valentine's Day, they got a game against Montana State Billings, who is also ahead of them in the GNAC standing. So remember, every team in the GNAC is making the GNAC tournament this year, so their postseason hopes certainly not dead. Just needed to find some offense that works, change it around, and keep plugging on strong.
A look at the games coming up the rest of the weekend, including Monday night. Yes, a Valentine's Day evening affair. Great date night event here in Bellingham.
Shawn, I cannot wait for you to be my date on Monday.
You know, we're going to have to roll with that because we don't have any other option, do we?
Let's take a look at the final stats of this ball game. You see the shooting numbers, very, very similar. Both teams shot the ball well. Vikings +7 on the boards, -5 in the turnover battle. Man, this was just one of those games back and forth. It just came down to somebody hitting bigger shots. Remember, Vikings missed some free throws late. Cameron Cranston just went off with 27 points. I wouldn't fault either team. This was just a great basketball game.
Cranston, the main attraction for Western Oregon tonight, but Tyreek Price hitting the big shot when it was needed.
Yeah, there's something about just having ice in your veins, and Hornbuckle hit a shot for the Vikings late as well, so both teams, man, it was just back and forth. Made some shots, missed some shots. That's just basketball.
Vikings fall to Western Oregon, 73-71. For Ben Bagley and everybody here at Vikings TV, join us Saturday. Vikings back in action Saturday night, 7 p.m. Good night from Bellingham.